Metroid is another classic game franchise that got its feet wet on the NES, one that owes its existence to two other Nintendo icons, Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. Mixing the platforming and perspective of Mario with the exploration and discovery of Zelda, it created a whole new genre of game that is still being refined to this day, with titles such as Bloodstained, or the more recent Animal Well. It may be unfair to refer to modern takes on this genre as a clone, but they can't deny the inspiration falls heavily on the series as a whole. Metroid was developed by Nintendo, specifically the R&D1 division, and Intelligent Systems. Mechanically speaking, R&D1 was responsible for creating more of the experimental games. The R&D4 division, later known as EAD, which had Shigeru Miyamoto, master of all the light beholds, as a team member, were responsible for more mainstream popular titles. Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda were developed by R&D4, and I am sure R&D1 decided somewhere along the way to merge these two styles into one game. The production was described as a very free working environment by Hip Tanaka, who stated that, though being the composer, he also gave input for the graphics and helped name areas. Sometime during development, one of the developers asked the others, "Hey, wouldn't that be kinda cool if it turned out that that person inside the suit was a woman?" This idea was incorporated into the game, though the English language instruction manual for the game uses only the pronoun he in reference to Samus. Ridley Scott's 1979 horror film Alien was described by Sakamoto as a huge influence after the game's world had been created. The development staff was affected by the work of the film's creature designer H.R. Geiger and found his creations to be fitting for the theme. Still, there were problems that threatened timely progress and eventually led Sakamoto to be forcefully asked to participate by his superiors, hoping his previous experience could help that team. Sakamoto stated he figured out a way to bypass the limited resources and time to leverage existing game media assets to, quote, create variation and an exciting experience. Nintendo attempted to distinguish Metroid from other games by making it a non-linear adventure-based game, one in which exploration was a crucial part of the experience. The game often requires that the player retrace steps to progress, forcing the player to scroll the screen in all directions, as with most contemporary games. Metroid is considered one of the first video games to impress the feeling of loneliness and solitude of the player. Following The Legend of Zelda, Metroid helped pioneer the idea of acquiring tools to strengthen characters and help progress through the game. Until then, most ability-enhancing power-ups like the Power Shot in Gauntlet and the Starman in Super Mario Bros. Offered an only temporary boost to the characters, and they were not required to complete the game. In Metroid, however, items are permanent fixtures that lasted until the end of the game. In particular, missiles and the Ice Beam would be required to finish the game. Metroid, as mentioned above, is a side-scrolling action game with a heavy focus on exploration and discovery. You play as Samus Aran, a bounty hunter set with the task of retrieving stolen Metroid organisms before they are reproduced and used as bioweapons by the space pirates who stole them. Samus starts off with only a short-range lemon gun, but she can obtain multiple upgrades that give her new capabilities to explore the planet Zebes. The very first ability, named Marumari, or Morphing Ball, is found just to the left of the starting screen, and is needed to navigate through short passages that Samus is unable to squeeze through without. A rather interesting choice for placement, and this simple item location emphasized the need to explore your surroundings right away. As in The Legend of Zelda, nearly all the upgrades enhance Samus offensively, while also doubling as tools used to progress further into the game's world. Bombs, for one, give Samus an attack in ball form, but they also break blocks that uncover secret passages to new areas. Missiles give Samus a more powerful long-range attack, but also unlock doors to specific rooms. By exploring and progressing deeper into Planet Zebes, Samus becomes a one-woman SEAL team, capable of handling any challenge that Mother Brain throws at her. The goal of this game is to destroy the aforementioned Mother Brain, the intelligent core of the space pirate lair. To reach Mother Brain, Samus must first find and thoroughly spank space pirate bosses named Kraid and Ridley. Each boss has his own lair hidden within the planet, and Samus must explore not only to find and defeat them, but power up enough to be able to slaughter them with impunity. Once both are given the proper missile baths, the path to Mother Brain is open. After infiltrating the defenses and destroying Mother Brain, Samus will make her escape quickly before the base self-destructs. Simple as it seems, the journey is not without its issues. Health and missile upgrades are great, but with the amount of damage enemies are prone to deal at any time, and how some enemies can sponge beams and missiles alike, you're going to eventually have to grind for refills. And let me tell you, you will have to grind. Tedium is the greatest enemy to my enjoyment of a playthrough, and this is probably why I usually never finish this one nowadays. Even my most recent playthrough felt like a complete slog. But that's not to say I feel negatively towards the game. It's a true classic that defined a generation of games with its innovation and design. Not to mention, its music is kind of a mixed bag in my opinion. For every Kraid's Lair with its amazing oppressive mood, or Criteria theme with its rousing sense of urgency, there's a Turian theme or Norfair. It's just a product of its time, and with that in mind, it should be judged accordingly. As a modern title, I would find all the issues like enemies hitting you during door transitions and the many death traps unforgivable. But during its time, Metroid was doing things never done before in games. I also feel I should bring up the fact that Metroid had another neat feature for the time. Beat the game fast enough, and with a high enough completion percentage, and you were treated to different endings. Your first playthrough likely ended like my first playthrough, with a fully suited Samus. Not too crazy, but if you beat it a little faster, the helmet comes off. Faster still, and you were treated to one of the greatest mind blows in gaming, a bikini-clad woman waving back to you. You see, Samus was in fact one of the first real female protagonists in gaming, and not just any woman, a woman who just wiped out an entire space pirate installation single-handedly. It was a benchmark moment for a lot of us who were there to see it, and to hear the rumors of it on the playground. While the Famicom version featured saves, the NES version had a password system. While a bother most of the time, it did allow my earliest memory of a secret password. With the famous Justin Bailey passcode, you could play as a green-haired woman that starts the game with all the best stuff right off the bat. It was my favorite way to play the game as a child, admittedly, but I digress. Reviewing this game is a tough one, and I feel that nostalgia in people my age is a bit stronger than in most. In my honest opinion, Metroid is a masterpiece. It's a masterclass in classic game design, but one that is aged like fine wine stored upright. Its flavor has gone sour, but you can still see the brilliance in its legacy. Metroid is the rough, which through future iteration would slowly chip away until the diamond within is shown and polished. The diamond is in there, just compressed in the rock of 1986 game design. It birthed the genre, put Samus on children's walls across the world, and eventually the series would birth my all-time favorite games. Its legacy is that of growth and inspiration, and one I look forward to further exploring in our future retrospectives. This has been Death. If you've stuck with me this long, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back in, man. We will soon be back with the next in the series, Metroid 2: Return of Samus. I'd also like to apologize for the mic quality in these videos. As soon as I'm financially able to upgrade, I will. See you soon, and remember to level up your life.
銀河連邦司令メトロイドを破壊せよ。
地底深く広がる迷路要塞に宇宙征服の野望が渦巻く。
行け宇宙戦士サムス。
ファミリーコンピュータディスクカードにアクション&迷路ゲームメトロイド。やればやるほどディスクシステム。
The challenge is Metroid. The power is Nintendo. Defend the planet Xephus against the evil Mother Brain. It's survival or destruction. Do battle or die. Metroid only from Nintendo.